Hello everybody, AVT here, and today I'm going to show you something a little bit unique. I'm going to show you how to pilot people to the Imperial Star Destroyer Heroic instance. So, once you're an ace pilot, you're going to have a POV ship here. I'm going to invite my group onto my ship. And don't worry, we can talk about how you get these ships, how you kit these ships, all in a different video. I just wanted to show you the act of flying to the Heroic instance itself. So that's what we're going to be going through today. So basically, I'm going to be standing here. I'm going to wait for my group to show up. I'm going to get them all invited, and then I'm going to launch my ship. And once I've done that, we'll take it from there. Perfect. Now we launch. So once we're launched into space, I'm going to leave my pilot seat. I don't know why that dialog box always stays. I'm going to get in my operations chair, and I'm going to start boosting my ship because, as you can see, my shields do not start out fully charged. So I'm going to boost my reactor, then my capacitor. Well, I guess then my engine, then my capacitor. And now, as you can see, my capacitor is going to begin ticking way up. I can boost my weapons too. It doesn't really matter. We're not going to be doing any shooting, at least ideally. I'm going to wait till it gets almost charged, which is now. And then my shield shunt is actually up here. So I'm going to hit that. And as you can see, it's going to start charging my shields more rapidly at the cost of my capacitor. So I'm going to do that until my shields are all the way full. I shouldn't get shot at, but just in case, I don't want to run the risk of us getting blown up. So I'm going to go and get those fully charged, and then we'll proceed over to Ord Mantell, where the instance itself lies. Let this capacitor go back up. Perfect, and then it's going to take one more. I just have very basic components on the ship for a POV. The only reason I have it is for doing exactly this. So it's nothing fancy, but it's going to get us there. And perfect. Now my shields are fully charged. Over the pilot seat. You're going to hit H, which is going to bring up this menu, and you need to hyperspace over to Ord Mantell. So that'll begin calculating now, and once that's done, we'll zip on over. All right, and now that the jump has been made, I'm going to show you what I believe is the easiest way to get this done. You're going to hit N, which brings up this menu, and you've got an inactive point of interest here. I never activated it, called Blackguard. I'm going to go ahead and hit Autopilot 2, and it's going to point me straight at the Star Destroyer, and then you can hit X, and you will target the hangar bay. And so once you have the hangar bay targeted, and yes, I still need to sort out my space sensitivity, it's very high, but once you have the hangar bay targeted, that's really all that matters here, because you're going to communicate with it once you arrive. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to kind of path myself around the backside of this Star Destroyer. If you do it that way, you really shouldn't aggro any enemies. It's definitely the safest way to get in there, because as you can see over to my left, there's a good amount of enemy starships over there, and since I do have very basic gear on this ship, I still can definitely get blown up on my way in if I'm not careful. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to kind of weave our way between these NPCs here. And it is a little bit unfortunate. It looks like there's a squad kind of on the backside now, but they shouldn't be able to tear through our shields before we can get into the hangar bay. These are very, very high tier ships out here, so just be careful when you're flying in so that you don't get your group killed. Just a small note, you actually can interact with the hangar bay from the top side of the Star Destroyer as well. I just prefer to go in this way because I think it's a lot safer and a lot easier to pull off. So we're looping around the backside here. I'm going to slow us down a little bit so it's easier to make the turn. And then kind of angle us back up towards the hangar bay. And once you get about 800 meters away, you can type /COMM. Oh, a little too far apparently. And there you go, you get this menu here. We can board and rid you of this menace. I am not impacting it, calm down. Goodness. And once it loads, we'll be inside the instance. And there you go. You have successfully flown into Imperial Star Destroyer. Now, I know that probably looked a little rough. Didn't realize I was actually colliding with the Star Destroyer. I was too busy trying to talk you guys through it. But that's how you do it. We got in. Not a whole lot of damage to the ship. Nobody died. No big deal. But that's the basics of how you fly here. So as always, I hope that was helpful. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe down below. And I'll see you next time.